so many years, you know, that a graduation from Fordham at night was a big thing.
So you have many fun
Oh,
memories.
it's amazing. When my first child was born, Donna, that was a big thing, and then
There was.
and then of course Danny came along, but there was.
After the castor oil.
That's right. That happened. That happened.
We're sharing that. Apparently, that's how you came into the world.
Not me.
Grandma chugged a bunch of
Donna.
castor oil.
No, you.
No, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You were the castor oil.
You could have been named Castor.
Hey,
Castor McGee.
Dad was on a roll.
Or
That was
Castor.
on a roll.
Guys, stop talking.
Exactly.
Stop talking. Just a lot of happy memories. Of course, getting married when I got out of service and came home, and you know, here we were apart for 2 years. That's a long, long time. And she waited for me, I waited for her, and it was just great. And then then things just went along. And, the children came, and the house came, and it's hard to say. But you look back, and I was just talking to Ray Fitzgerald, Kevin's father, and unfortunately Peggy, his wife, has dementia now. So he was just telling me he found a place right near where he lives in Georgia, and he got her in there. It's a private place with like 3 beds, and so he's going through a tough time. And I know you talk about fondest memories. Well, that wasn't a particularly fun memory, but what I went through with Grandma. But there was just a lot of happy times we had. A lot of good times. Sad times in a sense, but it's always nice to have the family together, and I think that's that's an important thing. I was just thinking this morning at Mass, they have in the front of the altar they have a nativity set. It's a big set, and the priest was talking about how this is just a symbol. When Jesus and Mary were in the stable, it wasn't like this. This is just a symbol. So you have to imagine that the tough time they went through. So that's what we have to face in life today. A lot of things in life today are just symbols, and you have to go beyond the surface of that symbol. But the whole concept of today is a special day in the church. It's like the Feast of the Holy Family. And the Holy Family, I mean, this is the family, and this is kind of what it's all about. How we all go our separate ways, and the family increases and divides. And it was just a few days ago when they were doing the gospel reading, and they had the genealogy of Jesus. And they go back with all these names, and he begot this, and he begot that, and on. And it was like about, I don't know, how many generations, about 14 different generations. But it all comes down to family. And our family now is increasing and going in different ways, and we probably will end up going down to Georgia, probably. And who knows what will happen with you young girls here, where your lives will take you. Who knows, but it all comes down to loving one another and forgetting differences. And you're not recording this, I hope, are you? I suppose you are. No, okay. For memories, we could put on one of Uncle Elmer's songs if you like, if I can find it. But anyhow, you think that
It's important to have these memories recorded.
Yeah.
well, it is, and so someday, when I'm not here, you think back sometime, and yeah, Grandpa did this or Grandpa did that, and you can laugh at some of the silly things they did or did not do. And even our own situations. But you go through life and you go through bumps. I can recall, Callie, when your other grandfather passed away, and you got up and you spoke so eloquently about having your grandparents for so long, and now you are missing 2, and the 2 others who are still left were kind of shaky grounds. But someday that's going to come to pass too. But you look back and you say, what did we teach you? What values did we teach you? And hopefully you will learn from them. and
A lot of good ones.
a lot of good ones, I hope. Some were still teaching, but you know. and some I hope have learned over all these years, but just as we're passing the baton out to a new family over here, we'll see how you two do through the waves of life, and what challenges you face, and how you will accept them, and how you'll handle them. And I think of Maureen, some of the many challenges she had, and how she coped with them, and how she's had help throughout the year, but she managed to cope, and she became a stronger person for it. And now hopefully she's married and settled down to some degree.
I'm not married yet, but
Not yet, but
DP.
but as close as you can be. And
Yeah, we're getting closer all the
Yeah.
time.
yeah, Nell and I myself, the struggles we went through, and how we kind of met, and who knows what the future will hold for us. But we're taking each day as it comes and trying to enjoy life as much as we can. And would you like to say anything?
This is your
Okay.
story.
Grandpa, if you could pass on one piece of wisdom or advice.
Oh,
Can you repeat the question, please? For the camera. If you could pass on one piece of wisdom or advice, what would it be?
Well, I think you have to learn how to forgive other people, and you have to learn how to overlook the faults of other people. And I think you should always want to strive to do the best you can in life, and always look and say that your glass is half full rather than half empty.
My glass is empty. I gotta get a drink.
Fully empty.
Okay, well, so I think that's about it. But
Or that's another nice one. If it's empty, fill it back up.
Fill it back up.
Right, that's right.
That's a good idea.
If it's
An
empty
empty
Yeah,
glass,
fill
fill
it
it back up.
oh, fill it up. That's all right. But you can also
Flour in it.
remember the.
Free refills.
There are some days you may happen to be the statue, and some other days you can be the pigeon.
That's right.
It's a crappy one.
And some-
Grandpa, what's one of your favorite memories?
That was the original question.
Yeah, you just.
We already did that.
We
The
already
second favorite memory.
Yeah, but somebody forgot the answer already, so.
What about
We
all
might
your
get a
wonderful
different-
grandkids?
My wonderful grandkids have always
And great-grandkids.
and great grandchildren have always been a joy to me. It's always been a blessing, and it's always been nice to say, I love you, goodbye, now I can't. So that's one of the joys of being a grandparent and a great grandparent, right? But it's nice to look back and say, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, and life goes on though, and that's what you all have to remember. Life does go on.
I did it my
And even though, just
More
remember,
old, you
I will be
old.
watching you all from
Two cookies, only two.
Two. Okay.